What's going on, slave-tards? Today I want to do a video about how politicians are only corporate sellouts and what's going on in America today. But first of all, I want to ask you if you can share my videos because it's obviously getting censored. Like when I have one video that goes for like 700 views and then another one about NSA that goes for like 100, or like I did a video a while ago about how space exploration was stupid. And I think it's one of my best videos. And it's got like 188 views, right? It's obvious to me that we now live in a world where the digital is controlling speech 100%, right? If you don't think for a second that YouTube doesn't push people to the bottom of their algorithm if they talk anything other than, Marshawn Lynch at Pastranaland or just The View or, throw up garbage after throw up garbage, like you see this Mr. Beast or what, if it's not, one of the channels on YouTube I can't stand is this Vegas Matt. What a piece of greaseball that guy is. That guy promotes gambling every single day of the year by gambling every single day of the year at casino house games and promoting online unregulated sweepstakes, gambling. That is what YouTube is pushing, right? People like me that want to talk about real things and real ideas, that is not something that YouTube wants on their platform. But they can't take me off, right? They unless I do something wrong. But they can make sure that I can never get views at all, right? By shoving me to the bottom of the algorithm. But the one thing they cannot do is they can't stop you from spreading it, It makes me so mad when I do these videos because I feel like my videos over time have gotten a little bit better and better, but it's just always, it seems like I always get suppressed, right? Like space exploration is stupid. It's funny, right? And it is stupid and it should get lots of views, but nobody watches it, right? On this video, I want to talk about how politicians are corporate sellouts. And really, as an American, in this state of our country, your goal in life should be to give up, right? And I don't mean by giving up on life or committing suicide. I'm talking about 100% giving up, trying to work and be productive in this system, right? Because you're swimming upstream, without a paddle, and it's during the winter melt, right? It's the harder you work, the more your health care is going to cost you, right? The more, the less your dollar is going to buy, right? And now with AI, you're really in trouble, right? You're really in trouble now, right? Our society is not interested in fair whatsoever. And if it was, they would tax corporations based on human employment, right? The more you automate, the more AI you use, the higher your tax rate is, right? The percentage of your revenue that is human employment, or expenses that is human employment, whatever, that dictates we can do things as a society that, cared about people, but our politicians don't care about us, right? We don't have a representative government at all. They're all corporate sellouts, right? In order to get on the ballot in America, you have to be rich and you got to have some slime on you, right? And if you ever make it to Speaker of the House, right? If you ever make it to you're a world-class greaseball, right? And They say that we have choice in America, but when you have Donald Trump and Kamala Harris as your choices, what choice do you really have, right? If you have Greaseball 1 versus Greaseball 2, and they only care about corporate profits, right? They don't care the fact that my health plan this year for me and my wife at 50, in her 50s, is $25,000 a year without subsidies. If I was just to buy it, right? $25,000 a year. Why is it that people that need to buy private insurance that aren't working for the man have to pay 3, 4, 5x what people do that are employed, right? And I was looking, like last year I had a pretty decent plan. This year, everybody knows what's going on with it, right? And I'm just thinking, they want like $1,400 a month where the deductible is $10,000 and they don't pay any until you meet the deductible, right? And then they pay 100%. Catastrophic, basically, $1,400 a month, And you got to have it because here, like in Nevada, they'll take your home, right? They'll lien on your house, right? Even though I don't owe anything on anything, and I have, I have zero debt. Let something go wrong, right? And then our system, what is designed to profit like a succubus vampire off the sick and weak, will come after your home, right? They'll come after your home. Right? This is the America that we live in, right? This is the America we live in. We live in an America that pays more taxpayer dollars towards health care per capita than all of these other countries in Europe and in Canada do with universal health care, and we get worse results for it, right? Our mortality rate in this country is dropping. Yeah. The only thing that insurance does, it does one thing and one thing only, that increases cost. That's it, right? It's greaseballs, right? Providing no value, lobbying Congress, selling out the American people, and feeding off the sick and weak, right? That's what it is. That's what it is, right? You think Mike Johnson or, any of the people on the Democratic side actually care about you? I would say Democrats care more, right? They care more. Republicans they don't care at all, right? They say $30 more billion for health care. Screw the sick in America. Screw Americans. We need that money for Ukraine, right? We need that money for the Gaza Strip. We need that money for Israel. We need that money for Argentina. There's endless amounts of money for everything but the American people, right? And some of you might think that's, a progressive, like liberal type, but no, right? When the game is out to increase cost on purpose, government has to step in or the people get persecuted, and that's where we are right now, right? We're persecuted. We have no freedom in this country because guess what? You can't afford to start a small business if you can't provide health care for you and your family, right? It's so anti-market capitalism, right? It's so anti-capitalism. Here's one thing. They're all talking about, used to be the argument with healthcare. Argument was, we have the best healthcare in the world. People come all over the world to come to our healthcare system. Well, what good is having the best healthcare system in the world if it's not accessible to the average Joe, right? If it's just for the ultra rich, right? And also, if it's so great, why is America's mortality rate going down, dropping? Everybody's like, it's food related, diabetes, just cigarettes or whatever. No, you got unhealthy people everywhere, right? It's because lots of people can't afford health care. That's the reason, right? You don't see any of these boomers dying, once they get on Medicare, right? They just get, they live longer and longer, right? It's just, we live in a country where the politicians, they don't care about you, right? If you live in a society that's trying to outsource your job to a computer and charge you, 30%, 35% of the median household income in America for healthcare, insurance, right? Well, it's not insurance. It's, it's just jacking up the price is all it's doing, right? If that's your life, I heard the guy the other day say, we're the richest country in the world. I hear that still, we're richer and more. Yeah, right now, so is Rome, right? So was Rome at one point. So, I see what's happening in America, and I can't even get a job anymore, right? Like, my skill set. Here's the thing. You have lots of people out there in the economy now that have worked their way into the work environment, right? And they have degrees, and they all have like $100,000 to $200,000 worth of school loans. They don't hire guys like me that have a 2-year degree and 25 years of experience and no debt, right? It's the we're in debt for our education club, and no matter what, you're not getting in that, right? You're just not getting in that. And I don't even want to do it, right? What I do for a living is whatever I have to, the minimum I have to. Make sure that I have a good life and enjoyment with me and my wife. That's all I care about. Peace.